Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself. Everyone, welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. I'm James, and I'm here all alone. But don't worry, it's not going to be me just talking at you for the next hour, waffling on about something. Today, we have something quite special lined up for you. So Adam is moving away, so he's busy with that. Lewis is probably just seducing women somewhere in a small country mining town, as he does. We know what he's like. He's just a voracious animal. And I'm here all alone. It's great. So this week, we're going to be treating you to the crossover episode that we did with the Haunted Housewives podcast about a month ago. Now, the Haunted Housewives podcast is run by Carly and Tara, two absolutely lovely ladies from the United States of America. On their podcast, they talk about things very similar to us, but more to do with clairvoyancy. You know, you've got some great American cases we haven't even began to touch on yet. And they're also very, very talented in the art of tarot. And they're just great people. So definitely give them a listen anyway. But on our episode, we got onto the topic of spectrophilia. Now, spectrophilia, in layman's terms, is sex with ghosts, paranormal encounters of the sexual variety, supernatural erotica, all stuff like that. And in the episode, it goes to crap a few times in there, but in a good way. You're going to love it. And it was recorded over Zoom a few weeks ago, so I think you'll like it. But yeah, we get into ghost relationships, the drama that comes with it, and even ghost pregnancies, and the effect of having sex with a ghost would have on the human body. It's all there. To be honest, I don't think it's the last time we're going to talk about it, so look forward to that down the line. So without further ado, guys, thank you so much for listening to me waffle on. Here we go.
Hi, welcome back. We are joined now by our lovely friends over at Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. I'm James from Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. Sorry, I thought because of the overall subject matter today, I'd start with a central opening. So yes, hello everyone. I'm James. Hello everyone.
We demand your most sensual voices. Please.
Yes, of course. But yes, I am James. This gentleman is.
My name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
And I'm Lewis.
Lewis.
So yes, we are James, Adam, and Lewis from Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders podcast, and we talk about all things weird, folklore, and just macabre stuff. Really, we try and have a good laugh while doing it. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah, so basically, the perfect people to have on this episode.
Yeah, we are truly specialists in the field, so you should be honoured to have us here.
We now demand firsthand accounts. So before we can release this, you guys were going to have to go out, find a ghost, have some sexy times, come back and report to us. We want the full experience.
Detailed experience, please.
Yeah, it's true.
It's for science. It's for research.
It is for science. How am I supposed to know if it's better than human sex? If somebody out there doesn't do it and tell me.
Wow.
Well,
have I got a story for you?
I'm going to break the sex first.
Part 2.
All right. Well, first of all, I spent more time than I want to admit Googling how to have ghost sex this week.
Nice. Well done. You're on a list now, for sure.
Yeah, I'm 100%. If I wasn't on a list before, my Google search history lands me on a list immediately. All of the lists, probably. Who is that one weird girl in Florida, and why is she Googling these things?
Yeah, she's just from Florida, mate. It's normal. Just let them do what they want.
Yeah,
Florida woman is Floridian in her search history. Floridian? Is that correct?
Florida woman arrested for an alleged ghost affair.
I don't think there's any laws about that, is there? But okay.
Probably not, but you know, there are laws.
Ghost that's it. I'm pretty sure she shagged a ghost, but I can't prove it. She's just ignoring me.
Well,
All right.
would you guys like to hear a story about a woman who marries and fucks a ghost pirate?
Yes.
I'm all right.
I want to hear all of the story.
I'm
Yes,
all right. I'll pass. No, of
Well-
course, tell me. I need to know.
Plug your ears. Plug your ears.
I can't. There's voices everywhere.
There's voices all over the place. Okay, so this woman, I didn't write her name down, but she's Irish, so that's important to the story.
Let's do some accents, baby.
Yeah, you can be in charge of the accents
Bit
because
of an ectoplasmic hug.
We do know Irish.
We do. Sorry, there you go. That's it.
give us your best Irish. This ghost name is Jack. Apparently, he's the inspiration for Captain Jack Sparrow, which is just
Bollocks.
a whole
Sorry, Karen.
No, we want to know.
Bullshit.
It's not real. None of that is. I don't think he actually was the inspiration. But according to the story, that's where he comes from. So, anyways, how she finds him, I don't know. He just starts popping up and she's fucking into it. It's probably pantaloons. I don't know what to tell you about that. Nothing says sexy like pirate pantaloons.
Why is the first thing that the woman does when they meet a ghost is like, I just want to fuck him?
It's because the pantaloons. I mean,
Pantaloons.
have you Googled pirate pantaloons?
Oh, I don't think I have. Is that going to be on my now watch list of
It's-
Google searches?
I mean-
It's the stripes.
I haven't either, but now it seems like a flaw. You should 100% Google. She says that she's never seen him in his physical form or even heard his voice, but she can feel him when he's there. And apparently, the physical body doesn't matter so much as the chemistry. and they were said to have all of the chemistry in spades. She said that when he touched her, she could feel energy tingles coursing through her body.
I love the way you stroke me, lad.
He sounds pretty manly.
So
I love the way you stroke me, lad.
That's right.
You sound like the little Irish leprechaun in The Simpsons.
I love the way you stroke me.
She did like the way. And apparently he did too, because they had all of the sex. So much sex that they decided to get married.
Yeah, it just hits a point where you have so much sex where you just go, you know what? Let's get married. Nothing else to do, is there?
Gotta
Make it official.
Let's make it official.
Yeah.
Except turns out you can't just marry a fucking ghost whenever you want to. So she got on a boat, went out to international waters with 12 of her closest family and friends. I don't know who signed up. I just feel like 12 people to watch this. Imagine
It's just 12 people off the street.
Yeah,
You,
12 people.
you,
all
you.
with
Want to go to the
her.
ghost wedding?
I feel like it's a prerequisite to an intervention. Like, oh yeah, we're going to marry the ghost now. Just shaking their heads all the time.
Someone should have said something. Hey, maybe that's not a great idea. But anyways, they used a candle to represent him. So when she put the ring on, it was a candle.
She put the ring on the candle.
Yeah, she put the ring on a candle, and then there's pictures of her posing with a pirate flag because there's no groom to pose with. So it's just her in her wedding dress and this big old pirate flag.
That candle is fit.
I want to fuck that candle.
Probably did. I mean,
Wax everywhere.
some people are into that. So.
Yeah, the hot wax thing is.
You got the hot wax residue?
I like to just touch the hot wax when it's like in the candle.
With what?
Hey! With the tip.
Not there. Anyway, sorry, continue.
My fingertips, guys. My fingertips. It's all right.
Well, after they got married, they had a lot of sex, more. But after they got married is when
So much sex.
all of the ghost sex, things started to go weird. She started to get abscesses, probably on her leg.
Oh.
Yeah. After
Ghost
she would
STIs.
have ghost sex with her pirate lover, she was getting these abscesses. And at one point, she was like, maybe it's him. How you connect those dots, I don't know. I mean,
Does he have
pirate.
ghost STDs?
see, I wondered that. I almost wrote it in, and then I didn't. Probably, I didn't know that was a thing, but I don't know how.
Spectral AIDS. It's on my search for booty that I didn't forget to wrap my willy. Get to the words are not a joke.
Does that mean you can have ghost babies?
Wow.
Half ghost, half.
Speaking of that comes up in the little thing I found.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she kept getting these abscesses and she was like, all right, I'm going to cut this guy off. We're not going to have any more sex. Except by this point, she was weak. She had needs. She had that good ghost D and can't back off of it now.
She did get that good ghost D.
Yeah, she got the good ghost D.
Sometimes when you find it, you just got to keep a hold of it.
The abscesses cleared up when she wasn't, having crazy ghost sex. And as soon as she started again, she got more abscesses. And one of them landed her in the hospital. And she needed surgery. And during the surgery, they took off her wedding ring. And then she said that the connection between them was broken and the abscesses cleared up immediately. So
The ring was cursed.
the ring was cursed. To get rid of him,
The Horcrux.
she had an exorcism done to get rid of her.
God.
Was that on the operating table there and then?
I mean, I don't even know. What did they
While
do
you're
with
in
the
there, mate.
candle?
Just blessed me a few times as
Just
well.
a priest with holy water.
Pour some holy water in it.
That's what happened to them. Now she doesn't fuck with ghosts, literally or figuratively.
Just the whole thing. How did she even get the abs? How do you say the word?
The energy.
No, the abs.
Abscesses.
Yeah. How do you even get them from?
Well,
I don't
usually
know.
from infection.
No
isn't it?
way. Surely she's like dipping it. I don't know.
What was that?
She's doing something.
She didn't wash her hands first.
No, she's not washing her hands.
Don't have sex with pirates. That's the lesson here.
Just interspecies,
Dirty bastards.
interdimensional species. I don't know, James.
I heard it's from
Ghost coitus.
yeah. Some guy had sex with a ghost bat and then it sprayed COVID. It's like it too
Weird.
real, guys. We're here for escapism.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this woman on telly.
I watched a YouTube with her. So.
Yeah.
She was on all sorts of boarding shows.
Like a loose.
Yeah.
Lucy's like, yeah.
Do you know any of the details that I missed? Because I didn't go that far into it.
No, I think I've seen the same video that you have. Because I did do some research. I put in ghost relationships because I thought I'd be less likely.
Good
to
job,
put on
Lewis.
the
I didn't
list.
do that.
I didn't that one either.
And she came up. Yeah,
Oh, she came, all right. She
Yeah.
came up.
I think the title of the video was called "My Ghost Husband Tried to Kill Me."
My ghost husband tried to kill me.
He tried to
The
possess me and
ancestors.
steal my body.
Cute brazzers.
Before he was exorcised, he told her that if she ever tried to leave her, or if she ever tried to leave him, he would kill her. Except earlier she said she couldn't hear him, so I'm calling bullshit on that statement.
I can't hear you.
What?
Does this mean that ghosts can get horny then?
Well,
Unless I
obviously.
don't know that. Yeah, sure.
Wow. I am now double terrified of ghosts.
Come on, don't you want a friendly ghost to warm your bed at night?
Maybe that's why like you have like wet dreams. It's just a ghost just
What's that noise?
it's like the interference from the ghost worlds.
It's all the electronic phenomenon.
Yeah.
Thanks for shocking my dick to
Oh,
Alicia.
Captain Jack, is that you?
Oh man.
I'll be Miss Swan.
Or every time you watch Pirates of the Caribbean now, Lady Part's abscesses are just going to flow through your mind.
Sorry, so would you like me to jump into my story?
Yes, please. I would like
Okay.
to hear about this almost ghost pregnancy.
Yes, that among other. So it's a story in 3 parts, but I've kind of condensed it with all the juicy details. Okay, so Amethyst Realm, a 30-year-old woman from Hereford. So first things first, the name
That's a strange name.
Amethyst Realm. It's not real.
Oh.
Probably not.
Surprise, surprise, we get a story from James that isn't real again.
I knew a girl named Sage Green.
A
Sage?
girl named what?
Sage
Sage
Green?
Green. That was her
Shut
real
up.
name. So would not surprise me at all if that was an actual name.
Oh, I take it back.
Just
I'm
saying.
sorry for slagging it
Is
off.
amethyst a crystal?
It is a crystal.
Yeah.
So, 3 years ago, Amethyst was dumped by her childhood fiancé after he'd returned from work a day earlier to see the shape of a man through their window, leading him to think she was having an affair. But what he didn't know is that his fiancée was getting slammed by a spectre. What the shape was doing through the window is up to you to guess. Her fiancé worked away weeks at a time, so she began to feel a little bit frustrated whilst he was away. At the same time, she began to feel a presence lingering about her house. Not a threatening one either, a comforting one. She began to feel a growing urge to connect to the phantom on a deep level. And in her spare bedroom is where the power was at its most intense. She felt it come up behind her, for God's sake, feeling its breath on her neck, and then he was gone again. What a tease. So it was like behind her, and then he was gone. Are we all following so far?
Yes, intently.
Yep.
I'm almost there, James.
She decided to take it to the next level and dressed in some naughty nightwear and lay waiting in the spare bedroom. She waited. Actually, she was waiting for a while because the ghost was just completely ignoring her. But in the end, he did turn up. And I've written here, quote, he gave her a right eye roller, aka the mythical female orgasm.
Quote from who? Quote from who?
Myself.
Right eye roller.
Quite myself, Lewis.
Gave her a right eye roller last night.
Okay.
Over a few eye rolls last night, mate. So she had her first intimate encounter with a ghost. And it was, as you said, Carly, apparently mind-blowing.
Yeah.
She described the act of lovemaking with a ghost as a form of weighted force upon her. Nothing to grab, but plenty to feel, if you know what I mean.
That was some hefty intercourse.
She described it as having a lot of energy involved. After a passionate back and forth, non-stop ectogasms. Is
that an original term?
An original term.
Wow.
Well, somebody probably else has done it, but as it stands, I've not heard of it. It's not plagiarism if you're not aware. The couple eventually fizzled out, but this didn't stop her from going on to sleep with over 20 more ghosts, all of them in the same house, which means this lady's spectral love shack could be one of the most haunted places in England.
Oh, I just feel like I'd feel icky as soon as I stepped inside.
There's ectoplasm everywhere.
Maybe word got out about
well, in the underworld.
Yeah,
He's open for business.
World, this woman,
this woman is proper horny.
Loving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that woman, everything, mate. She's gagging for it. Yeah, so that's kind of like one more part of the story is that she got on to say that she'd lost all interest in sleeping with anything living or anything. That's not correct. Any men, living men at least. She'd lost all interest in that and now exclusively wanted to sleep with ghosts. With this, there's also been various phantom pregnancy scares, which we discussed. And when she described it on the television, she said it was like the feeling of energy within her womb of a half human, half ghost, but it wouldn't work because a human body doesn't have to carry such a being.
I was going to say, imagine you say you're pregnant with a ghost baby and you just play along with it for 9 months and everyone's waiting in the operating room, just nothing happens. It's like, fuck you now. Here we go. Oh, did it not happen?
Well, it's a ghost, mate. You can't see it. I'm holding it. Look.
There has been cases of
That's me doing the noise, by the
phantom
way.
pregnancy.
So yeah.
I was just saying there are cases of false pregnancies where you'll have symptoms, your body will actually grow. It'll look as though you are pregnant, but
Really?
No baby.
What's
No
that described as? Is there a term for that?
Phantom
False
pregnancy.
pregnancy.
So I was close with phantom pregnancy.
Phantom pregnancy.
It's a phantom pregnancy from a phantom.
Mm-hmm. So
It makes
maybe,
sense.
maybe she was just like, she was a really good manifester.
Well, that's the thing.
Maybe.
Watching on TV, she definitely seemed very confident about it. At this point, how are you all feeling about the story?
I do rate the confidence of the people that go through these things. It's almost like they wholeheartedly accept that it's not 100% true, which is like, it may be, but it's just like there's no second guess that it may be wrong, it may be false. I like that.
It's probably the killer orgasms, though. I mean,
that's definitely a benefit. That's definitely a benefit.
I'm
Yeah,
in it
if
for
you
the no
just-
commitment.
No commitment. 20 of them. Just parade those through here.
Go.
Thank you.
He's done.
I'd like my
Next
next
one
ghost
in.
lover.
Yeah.
That
Can't
thing
prove
you
they
did,
don't exist.
didn't like it.
Do
Goodbye.
you just provide an ethereal schedule? Like,
It's a
I'm
whole new
open
roster.
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3:30 to 4.
It's a very
Be
short
available
time
at
Monday
scale.
available.
These ghosts don't need long, James.
Yeah, it's not just the ghosts, mate.
They get right to work.
Okay, so a year later, she made another appearance on daytime television, stating that she was now engaged to a ghost. She met this particular spirit in Australia, who was apparently a very wise and ancient soul called Ray.
Ray?
Which isn't a really ancient name, is it?
Ray? Like Raymond?
Yeah,
Ray?
yeah, you're right. You're right, darling. My name's Raymond. I'm an
Everyone loves
ancient,
Raymond.
very ancient ghost.
Good night, I'm Ray.
She said he was possibly a sailor, and apparently he said to her, and I think you'll appreciate this, Lewis, he really desperately wanted to take her to Weston-super-Mare. Lewis, explain.
It is quality.
It's quality. So I don't know if you ladies are familiar with Weston-super-Mare.
We're
It's
not.
is it a seaside town?
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got a famous pier.
Yeah.
Where they have like it's
Duels.
got a theatre at the end of it.
Yeah, so
Nice.
he wants to take her to
He wants to
Weston-super-Mare.
take her out on a date.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Weston-super-Mare, guys. It's
gentleman.
How did you know about that
Gentlemen.
being in Australia?
Yeah, that's quite far.
He's a sailor.
An
Gets
ancient Australian ghost knows about
Named Ray.
Weston-super-Mare.
Right, darling, I've heard about this amazing place called Weston-super-Mare. Let's go there.
It's not just a mare, it's a super mare.
Apparently, though, same time, they did not communicate via talking. They communicated via emotions and energy, which I can buy, you know.
So how long did it take to get
Makes
there?
sense to me.
Because like it's a decent plane journey. So if he's a sailor, that's going to take like 6 months or something.
Well, so speaking of him being,
I want to know about the logistics.
Well, he took the plane with her. She said he got the plane with her back to the UK, and apparently while they're on the plane, they took the Mile High Club to the next level and had sex in the toilet of the plane.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That would make it easier to not get caught. So
It's true. It's very
one
true.
of you is invisible. Perfect. You'll just think you're in there for other reasons.
Imagine someone walking in on that.
Watching a woman,
What are you doing?
watching her body get fondled by an invisible force. Is it widening and closing? Oh!
Imagine just like opening the door, just like closing it again. No.
Nah, not to do that, mate. Not today.
I'll just shoot myself.
One cross at a time. Anyway, sorry guys, getting sidetracked again.
That's what
The
we do
proposal
here.
happened when they both took a trip to Wookey Hole, which is a place in Somerset. Stop laughing at me.
I'm sorry.
It's a place. It's like a cave in Somerset, the south of England, and inside there's a rumor or a legend that a witch lived in there. There's actually a stone shaped like a witch in there, which is like the Witch of Wookey Hole. It's a whole like a tourist attraction thing in Somerset. But basically, while they're on a guided tour in the caves with the ghost, apparently this was the first time she heard the ghost voice, and he basically said to her to hang back from the tour group, which is, so he's like,
right, Diane, hang back a bit. I've got something to tell you. Yeah. And then he proposed to her.
I thought it couldn't speak.
Exactly.
Well, how romantic.
But he has now. He's grown the ability to speak just for love. And then basically he proposed to her there and then. Apparently his voice echoed all around the cave. But also, she doesn't have an engagement ring because Ray was really picky.
So
he's too picky, apparently. He couldn't pick a ring out.
But she'd have to pick it and buy it herself. So fuck you, Ray.
Get some ghost coins. It'd be fine, mate. The exchange rate's really high.
Exchange rates are good.
Heard there's some doubloons. Those are worth a lot.
I was thinking of doubloons.
Yeah, doubloons are, well, we've got a good name in there.
I like the name doubloons. You do an Australian pirate.
Guy doubloons, mate. Yeah. Close. No, I mean, has to do that before. The story took a whole nother turn. We're entering the final chapter now. Thank you so much for letting me take up so much time in this episode talking about Ray, the Ray saga. Appreciate it. So, just 10 months ago, the engagement was called off.
Why?
Who called it off?
What
What
happened?
did he do? Did he give her abscesses too? Is this a regular
He didn't.
problem?
Basically, so Ray and Amethyst took a holiday or vacation for your American listeners, and to you.
To you Americans also.
Americans. Yeah. So they took a holiday to Thailand together, and it was going great. They were having a great time. And then he changed. He apparently fell in with a bad crowd.
Oh,
and
no.
he became
Those ghost crowd.
inconsiderate. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Ray was becoming inconsiderate. And he'd leave her for hours on end.
Rude.
Got very annoyed. And guess what? And this was good. He was also doing drinking drugs.
How the fuck does a ghost do drinking drugs?
Party bar.
I know, yeah.
I've got my skeptical spectacles on for that one.
Yeah, I have to agree.
What an adorable term.
What?
My skeptical spectacles. It's also quite hard to say. Skeptical.
Stop it!
Say it 3 times.
Look in the mirror.
Ray just appears. Just shooting up.
Right, darling, come on, get some of this. Ray was inconsiderate. He was doing drinking drugs into his ghost veins. And he'd then come home with multiple gangs of spirits who would stick around for days.
Ghost
really?
Bang!
They had a ghost gangbang.
I think that was the intention, but it never actually happened.
Okay.
But these spirits would linger around for days. And
Just like watching her and Ray hook up.
It's literally the equivalent of a Rick and Morty episode of them in the one of them in the back in the closet watching them.
Nice technique, Ray.
Yeah, you're really giving it to her, Ray. Like cheerleaders.
We're so close to the end. Sorry. So the multiple spirits are hanging around, and Amethyst became afraid of these new spirits, as one would follow her about constantly, and the other would leave a bad smell, and overall just a lot of annoying poltergeist activity was taking place. She gave Ray multiple chances to change his ways, but he just wasn't interested. To break things off with him. Sorry?
I said, that's her problem right there.
Yeah, exactly.
One and done, Ray.
He's a slut.
So to break things off, she placed black tourmaline. Tourmaline? Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
Tourmaline. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to explain it so I don't have to?
Oh, okay.
Black tourmaline is a protective stone, and it also repels negative energy. So you leave it around. You put it like near your doors or your windows. You can put it in different places around your house, and it clears the energy.
In this case, she was throwing it at Ray. Get out!
Throwing it everywhere.
So she put the black tourmaline about the house and also did various incantation, a sage cleanse, and Ray was gone. He was banished. But apparently, Amethyst's sister was apparently very sad when she found out she wasn't going to be a bridesmaid at the Ray Amethyst wedding. And apparently, Ray's family, Ray's family got into contact to say they're sorry that Ray couldn't change his ways.
Wait,
Now-
is Ray not an ancient? Like, okay, how does he have a family?
confused.
First of all, I thought we were talking about an old Australian.
We
Sailor?
were.
Yeah, James.
I see. Listen, I watched the interviews. I wrote the information down. She didn't go into that detail, but in my theory is either his ancestors now, or descendants even, or like his ghost family turned up and were like, "We're really sorry, Ray was being a prick."
Oh, sorry. We
So,
told
yeah,
him to
that's,
work on that.
It's up to you what you want to theorize with that part of the story.
Well, I think they
At
went
least
on
they were polite.
ancestry.com and they were like, "Oh, look, Ray, this ghost. Here's his DNA profile. He's matched to this girl over here, wherever she is."
You know what? That would be a weird dating app.
It would be a super weird date.
Ancestry, yeah, that would be nice.
But how would you even arrange such a dating app? You'd have to have ghosts willing to like sign up.
You would
I don't know
have
if
to
you know
have,
this,
like,
but they're just like
Spirit channelers like writing
channelers.
profiles.
We
Ghost
can do
ghosts.
this. Forget the OnlyFans. Now we're ghost dating.
Yeah.
What would you call a ghost version of OnlyFans? It would be like Only Souls.
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you.
Only
It has to be dirtier than that. I can't think of anything besides boning. So
Only boning. That's
Only
not
bones.
ghost related. Only bones.
only boning.
ghost
Only
bone.
Only bones makes sense because they're dead. They have bones. I mean, not anymore.
Yeah, but they're like,
Maybe.
Ray's got one bone.
There's only one bone that matters in this situation.
Exactly.
You women just get us. So, because this part of the story happened during COVID-19, Amethyst also said that ghosts have to socially distance. But finally, as it stands, Amethyst last said about this whole thing that she's happy to be free and single.
Well, there's your lesson. Don't marry a fucking ghost.
Both our
Done.
stories have been marriage-based so far, haven't they?
Yeah. You can have sex with ghosts, but don't marry them because apparently
It
they'll
ruins
give
it.
you abscesses and
Ruins everything.
drink and do drugs.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, marriage is pretty, it's not worth it, guys. Just be miserable instead.
Just be a fuck ghost.
Does it count though if you're married and having an experience?
Does it count as cheating? That's the question. No body. You can't prove
Oh.
it.
I mean, as married women, you have probably a very. I mean, if I found out my wife was sleeping with a ghost, I'd have a bit of penis envy going on. What's he got? What I don't? What's he got? Oh, it's because he's dead, is it? I could be dead too.
Imagine a ghost being more interesting than you and not even actually having to say a single word.
Oh, that is low.
That is quite a hard,
That is low.
it's a hard pill to swallow.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm.
I was going to say we'd be
Wow.
here for it. Trot out the ghosts.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man.
Just when I thought my self-esteem couldn't go any lower, you fucking ghost.
Tell you who hasn't said a rude thing yet? Lewis.
What are your thoughts, Lewis? Share them.
What do you
Share
think
'em with the
about
class.
ghost sex?
I think each to their own, and if you enjoy it, then you should probably explore it more. And
Oh.
I think that woman certainly did, with
She did.
many lovers. I have to wonder if she had a favourite. And
Did you tell the difference
whether
between
they
them
had
as
all
well?
names.
Well, there's Ray.
Yeah, Ray had a name. But did the others?
Yes, he did.
Ray definitely did.
And,
have a
and a
name.
first experience, that must have been quite special, I would say.
Never forget your
But
first
it
time.
was.
Oh, that's sweet.
And,
Bet it was
uh,
mind
It
blowing. That she was like, "What the fuck just happened to me? Let's do it again."
But what happened to that first plate? Did you just leave her?
It fizzled out.
Fizzled out.
And
Drunk and drink.
yeah.
I think if I was getting fucked by a ghost and I didn't know what was happening, I think I was having a stroke.
Understandably so.
But technically, you could be hooking up with a lady ghost. So
Not all spirits are men.
Again, I'm very sorry.
This has descended into something else, hasn't it?
kind of what we do here.
Oh, excellent. We're in the right place then.
If you had the opportunity to call it in, would you do it?
What, call the ghost in?
Yeah, like
A
if
little
you
bit
could,
of
if you could just be
ghost
like, I
loving.
want to try that, and set some, you know,
Hey. Hi,
like, you know, you created a whole scenario for yourself, and then you were like, oh shit, it's actually happening.
Have to overcompensate now. And
Because spirit shows up the way that you want them to.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh yeah, I'd do
if you were
definitely.
creating this scenario, like if you were just like, I want to try that, let's see what happens.
Sounds like fun. Hey,
Sounds like fun.
let's try it out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she showed up. Would you be like,
I think I would definitely
Obviously.
like shit
Give it a go.
myself. I'd be like, Jesus, it's a ghost. But I think the like next thought wouldn't be, yeah, let's fuck. I just think that it's such a distance from seeing a ghost and be like, do you want to fuck?
Yeah.
But apparently that's the way things go in the spirit world, and I'm all for it.
Apparently,
maybe
all it
you could
takes is
take her out
one-
on a date?
I don't. Where would I take a ghost on a date?
Obviously, a
Graveyard.
picnic.
Just have a picnic by myself.
Yeah. Nobody would look twice at you. Bring a book so it looks like you're reading.
And just
You
like
can be
casually
talking out
laugh at some
loud.
sentence.
That guy's a freak.
Just like 2 glasses of wine. The one there, like, you okay, mate?
Oh,
There's
Abigail,
a
you're
ghost
so
next to
funny.
me.
Abigail.
Abigail.
I like that our
Sleep
ghost is
with
now
her.
Abigail.
Yes,
It's becoming too real, guys.
Why did you say that name?
Abigail. Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you should say Abigail, because the place I work, there's like a spa treatment facility, and they say one of the rooms is haunted by a little girl called Abigail.
Well, would you like to hear some real life ghost sex experiences?
Yes.
Would I?
Yes, please.
Let's hear
I
them.
have some. I'm really excited about this one because it's from a male perspective. And like most of the stories that I researched and read were all from the female perspective. And we could only speculate on what it was like for men until one of our very kind listeners said that they would send us, or he, since I already said it's a male, would send us his stories. So we will keep him anonymous, but thank you. Thank you for telling us, because highly intrigued. Okay.
Yeah. Because you're right. It's all been women.
It's all been women.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear this from a male perspective.
I kind of wonder if men are just less likely to talk about it. Like, I mean, maybe not all men and not all women, but I feel like in general, this is a very oversimplification. I feel like generally women are more likely to share feelings and things like that, whereas men would be like, well, I'm not going to tell anyone about this.
My wet dream. Right? I mean, they could just chalk it up to anything. Oh, I had a sexy dream. Okay.
I had a super sexy dream. Do you know what? I had a guy that I was dating, sort of dating, like getting to know dating. First of all, he told me that I reminded him of his mother right after we kissed.
No.
So that's a bummer. But also, one time we were on the phone and he was like, hey, I had a dream about you. And I was like, okay. And he like, I don't remember his exact words anymore because this was several years ago, but the premise was he had a wet dream about me and then told me about it. And I was like, this is not going to work out, sir. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe I would be flattered if it was somebody else. We'll test that theory one day.
Although I'd be like, tell me all the details.
Tell me. I think it's because he already had said that I reminded him of his mother. So by that point,
yeah, that ruined it for sure.
Yeah, there was already weird feelings, like, you know.
Put the lipstick on.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that TikTok. I wear this lipstick for him because it reminds him of his mom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to go.
Yeah, side note, should I ever be single, I don't want to be compared to your mother. So I'm not single. It's a moot point.
But
All right. But still, nobody wants to be compared to your mom, okay? It's not a compliment. It's weird. All right. So it all started when I was madly in love with this girl. Still am, because we were secretly dating, but no one knew, so it felt naughty. So, secret love affair already off to a good start.
I like those.
Who doesn't like a secret?
Right.
Way more exciting. They started developing a bond that slowly over time became sexual, like normal couples. And since this was distance, I'm wondering if this is
Virtual.
Yep. Thanks. I just took a really long inhale and forgot to speak. Goes on to say, but I couldn't drive and she can't drive, so we were screwed. One night I astral projected and this girl appeared to me. I'm on a lake bed, both of us half submerged as the tide rolls in. First of all, excellent details, sir. Excellent details. I don't know if I'm into water sex, but I'm into the picture he's painting.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds nice. A lake bed gives the image that you're like laying on an actual bed made of water, in my mind. I don't know, but then the tide's rolling in. Who even knows? He then says, the next thing I remember is feeling hands, like physical hands touching me. And he said, and I was like, ¿Qué pasa? Which probably did not pronounce correctly, but it felt good, I just waited till I woke up and wrote it down. That was only his first ghost sexual experience, which I think is more astral projecting experience. However, totally works. Here for it. The next one he sent says, it happened 2 more times with a different girl. I think because I was a beginner, I didn't know I could project what I had in my mind, but it was just some random girl who gave me what I wanted in that moment in life, the physical part of love, and I was satisfied. Hey, real satisfied. He goes on to say, when women astral project, if they do experience astral sex, in most cases, women do experience a real orgasm in the astral world and in real life, which goes with what all of the stories have said. Mind-blowing orgasms is what you can read between the lines here. He says, same can be said for men from personal experience. So it's not just the ladies having an actual mind and body orgasm. It's the men too. He has one more experience. Said it's his 3rd experience. And said it was a random woman and she had long black hair to her shoulders and she was of Asian descent. And she pushed him playfully against the edge of a bed and he felt the wood of the bed frame, which is when I guess the feeling of it is when you realize that you're actual astral projecting and not just dreaming. So he felt the wood. Sounds nice, first of all. And then he said, we did our thing and it ended in the best feeling ever. And I haven't had one since.
That's got to be like a confidence booster as well. Then.
Yeah.
I was on a ghost hunt recently and my friend was doing an EVP session and they called him Daddy.
Oh,
it was a girl ghost. Called him Daddy.
Daddy. Well, I can't say I've experienced what they've experienced.
No.
No. I'm not going to judge you for it.
I mean, I wasn't. I was envious, if anything. I was envious.
I mean, if you were to wake up and it's happening to you,
how would you stop it?
Yeah.
It would be like market.
Why would you want to? It sounds amazing.
That's what I was about to say. Why would you want to stop it?
You said stop.
Hey, it does bother me.
Either one of
It's
you
ghost
would
rape.
be like, nope, cut it off. Neither one.
Start saying, no, I don't even know the incantation now. My Lord in heaven, or something like that. What is it? What do they say when they exercise stuff?
I don't know.
The power of
You
Christ
sing the
compels.
Lord's
Yeah.
Prayer.
That stuff, yeah. It's
Heavenly
compelling
Father,
me.
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yes.
There, thank you.
That's the one.
I mean, if I was to get suddenly sexed by a ghost now and I wasn't into it, wouldn't matter. Because I couldn't do the incantation.
You just have to ride it out.
Literally.
Literally.
Jesus Christ.
I meant funny.
Lewis, what would you do if you were to wake up in a paranormal
Because
sexual
recently you
encounter?
hung up on somebody who was propositioning you.
I was
So,
just thinking about that as well.
Can't believe you
it's
kind
just
of
a
blowed
whole
it down,
different
Lewis. You're such a
context
prude.
now.
Oh, right. Yeah, that wasn't paranormal. That was probably more paralytic person. I think it would all depend on where I was at the time and my feelings at the time. If it was somewhere like in public.
Oh!
That could be
Yeah.
exciting, though. Could be exciting.
Now I know why you like that book.
I like the book, and it wouldn't be a first.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry.
Don't
No,
be
It
sorry.
would totally depend on the time and place for me.
Okay, 6:30 p.m. Your bedroom, autumn evening.
Autumn.
Autumn.
It's a sexy
We're
season.
setting the mood.
It's cozy.
The leaves are.
The leaves are blowing in the wind. There's a gentle breeze blowing
In your crotch area. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
Ready to suck you off.
Do I have can I talk to this ghost in any way? Do they respond to verbal requests?
Okay,
It's
yeah.
probably
You have
feeling.
Adam.
requests.
Me and Adam will be the
Just a
ghost.
feeling.
Take me
Well, I don't
dancing,
know.
ghost.
I guess it depends on the person. Maybe you could talk to the ghost. Some of them learned how to talk to the ghost.
How would you proposition Lewis as a ghost? Hello.
The key is with Lewis. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Lewis. Is that you don't give him time to respond.
No. Yeah, you have to.
Your
take him by
responses
surprise.
are actually very surprising to me, Lewis.
Okay.
He's a surprising boy.
Yeah.
Don't
For
let his
sure.
kind shell fool you.
Dark horse.
He's rode the darkest night.
Yes. Your spectral guest can speak to you and understand
Okay.
and follow commands. So there
Right.
you go.
Hey.
I'd set some boundaries and then go from there, I think.
Oh, like a safe word?
Yeah, like a safe
What would your ghost sex safe word be, Lewis?
Sarcophagus, sarcophagus, Casper, Casper. Insidious, insidious.
Now, is this safe word for them or for you in case it got a little much? What would your safe word be?
For me, I think. Yeah, for me.
If the ghost needs a safe word, then we're not doing it. I'm sorry.
All right, mate. Right, Christian.
What's
Grey.
the worst that can happen to you, ghost?
You die again? So this account was sent to the Haunted Housewives by a person wishing to be known as Twister. So, a friend of mine passed away a few years ago from an overdose. We think it was a suicide. She was a lesbian, and I had a huge crush on her for years, but nothing ever came of it. I'm very sensitive to spiritual interference, perhaps somewhat of a medium, and her spirit very regularly hangs out with me. One night, when I was single, I asked her spirit if she wanted to hook up, and she did. While I was doing a bit of work on myself, I swear I could feel her kiss her breasts and her going down on me. Quite fun, really. Since she hangs out with me so often, whenever people stay in my bedroom, I warn them that she is there and that they can involve her in their sexy times if they choose to. The end.
Wow. So there's just no sense of monogamy,
Nope.
ghost monogamy.
This
Just
is a free for all. If you are interested in hooking up with this ghost,
You have to
here's-
like have people sign a consent form if they're gonna stay there.
do you
I
think
would
you'd
not.
like? Would you mention it if you were trying to sell the house? There's a ghost that lives in my bedroom and she'll fuck you. Sold.
Not haunted. Slightly.
Not
Slightly
haunted.
Not haunted, just horny. I'd like, if I saw a sign that said not haunted, just horny, I'd go in.
Of course you would, mate. Of course you would.
Mm.
It's all about having new experiences, okay? What is
I mean, I guess Twister in a way, the nice side of it is she was never alone.
That is, like, in all seriousness, that is quite a comforting story.
It is, yeah. Well, how does Twister know that this ghost wants to hook up with other people? Is the ghost just kind of there?
This is a good question. Maybe
pressing a bum cheek here and there. You know, just maybe a few extra thrusts. Yeah.
Don't mind if I just-
She said she was a medium, so maybe that's how they interact.
That's a good point.
Through
Tara.
medium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm completely missed that. My silly brain.
Somewhat of a medium, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your thoughts when you hear these stories? What are your actual thoughts? What do you think is actually happening? Is it imagination?
Well, I did
Okay.
research that apparently a few of these encounters could be tied into sleep paralysis, but
Really?
also the period just before you fall asleep. You know, when you get that feeling of falling, apparently people have had extended kind of sexual pleasure or some sort of sexual situation whilst either in a case of sleep paralysis or as they were feeling like they were falling asleep. That's one theory.
lucid dreaming?
Mm.
Lucid
Exactly.
dreaming.
They were having sex with themselves.
Hey.
Figured it out.
And they were just hallucinating someone else there.
Yeah.
Sounds like just me 24/7. God, I wish someone else was here. I think that when I hear these stories, that it's I think for people to instantly dismiss them is wrong,
Yeah, I agree.
and it shouldn't be denied that this could be a possibility. I think for people to try and find like a rational excuse is like natural, because obviously we as humans want to find reason for everything. But when you do get told that Ray is just banging you, and you do think, you do have to kind of just nudge your head sometimes and be like, yeah, I think that could be true. And then you just get on with your day and never think about it again.
Yeah. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But you, Lewis?
I think Adam puts it very well. I think,
Oh, thank you,
He's
Lewis.
stealing your opinion. He just
Yeah.
can't form his own. Sorry.
I can.
No,
I can.
I can.
Um,
Lewis forms the best opinions when he's angry.
After a few drinks.
yeah, I don't think it's like Adam says, fair to dismiss other people's experiences.
Yeah, because a lot of people would just like put it down to like mental illness or something,
Yeah.
which is like obviously wrong, because you know so many things before that were considered like crazy are actually just like being diagnosed as things. But they could also still be like the diagnosis could still be wrong. It's just what has been accepted to be true. There's what's there and that what isn't there, etc., etc.
Sure.
That's the end of my poignant turn.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Tara, what are your thoughts?
I think it's possible. I think, you know, and you and I, we talk a lot to our spirit guides and things like that. And when you were saying that there's a lot of, how do you know which one's which? Like you can tell the difference between different
Yeah, you can.
spirit
Yeah.
energy. So I think that was kind of her way of figuring it out. But I don't know. I'm not discounting it.
Would
Very
either
well
of
could
you
happen.
sleep with your spirit guide?
I don't.
Oh,
What? We got too far.
That's a
oh,
loaded question. How dare
we
you?
have
No.
undressed something here.
I shouldn't have asked that question.
Listen, if it's on the table, I'm not going to say no.
There we go.
I mean,
I-
yeah.
Listen,
That's
that
my
sounds
super
great.
fucking dead husband. Of course I'm going to
I-
say that.
So
Oh my
ghost
goodness.
sex.
Oh,
Wow.
Other
ghost.
topic.
It's quite the topic. It is
It
quite
is.
the topic. It's very different for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Never
not
thought-
discounting anything.
No, I never thought ghost sex could bring up
Mhm.
so much conversation.
Right? It's interesting. I don't think, however, that they can give you STDs or abscesses. I think that's
No,
poor
I don't think so
hygiene
either.
and shaving. No.
Probably not COVID either. I'm gonna go ahead and say no ghost babies. So
No.
you know,
But I
You,
do
my friend,
think
have a
that
yeast
woman
infection.
believed her story so much that she probably
gave
initiated
herself
the
abscesses.
not the abscesses, but the false pregnancy.
Oh, right.
Probably just
Surely
had
there's like,
weird hormonal imbalance. Anyways, it's kind of like, when women menstruate at the same time, it's probably
Mm.
the same thing.
there's probably some like psychology as well, where let's say the woman
Yeah.
like just drew something on her or something, and then the image of her seeing it led her to believe it was true. And then she just went with that story. And technically it's not false.
Technically, yeah. There's no real way to prove that any of this happened.
Yeah,
It's my word against yours. So
exactly. Hearsay.
And that's how things get nasty.
It makes him happy. Why not?
Yeah.
It's true. It's not hurting you.
We both went, yeah.
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 What am I saying?
Oh, lovely.
All right. Well, thank you.
So-
Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much for having us. We hope we didn't over talk or talk over each
Yeah.
other too much.
No,
Get very into it. So I'm very sorry on
Don't
behalf of
apologize.
me and Adam.
never
Don't even.
apologize.
I had quality time. Thank
It
you.
was great. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
So there you have it, folks. Spectrophilia with the Haunted Housewives Podcast. Plenty of ectogasms all around. But thank you so much for listening. I do hope you enjoyed it. It was an absolute blast to be on their podcast and also just to talk about something so crazy as such. But before you go, if you have any stories of a paranormal nature, unexplained nature, or just generally weird that you want us to talk about in our upcoming Halloween episode about eyewitness accounts, then definitely send them to us. You can get them to us at our email at marvels.mysteries@gmail.com or our Instagram at MMMidlanders or MMMidlanders. It's that easy. So thank you again for listening. I do hope you enjoyed it. And next week, we'll be back to your regularly scheduled programs. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.
Want some of these? Oh God! I'm sorry. Okay. Okay.